The world is on the verge of something awesome.
Yeah.
I don't mean a war in Russia. Something unbelievable is happening. I got a Zoom call from a guy from Tanzania. I thought it was a fake country. Like, is there really such a country? Yeah, it's in Africa. The guy can barely speak English. He's a native of Tanzania. And he said exactly what the Navi said that the Goyim are going to say. You are a light to the nations. Why aren't you here? We need you. Come teach us Torah. Wow. Torah? Beis Yaakov l'chu v'nelcha. And in the future, the Goyim will come and say, you're the Jews, you show us the way. It's literally happening. I have followers from New Guinea, the jungles of New Guinea. They speak English because the missionaries taught them. And some of them have to walk 8 hours to get to where there's internet. To see that's nefesh, literally.
To watch your videos. Wow. The world is on the verge of something awesome.
Oh,
That's
yeah.
great.
Oh yeah. Other Aleph and other Beis. It's going to be crazy.
You think it's imminent?
It's already happening.
Mm.
First of all, the pushback. The truckers, people, no more lies, no more control. Whoa. It sounds like a civil war in the making. But it's not going to be a civil war. It's just going to be a showdown. The lies will be exposed, the evil will be exposed. We're going to have a much better world.
Ready for it?
I'm trying to prepare.
Moshiach is going to come and everything is going to be good. How? How? He's going to be a magical... That's what we always assume. Magic. Everybody will listen to him. Everybody... Come on. If it's going to be magical, it could have happened 1,000 years ago. What are we waiting for? Obviously, we're waiting for something to develop so that it's not magic. That it's al piteva.
Mm-hmm.
So what has to develop is, I think, this idea. Stop using God and start serving him. Everybody. Jews need to do this too.
Mm-hmm. Growing up, we always think when Moshiach comes, it will be, everything's just going to stop. It's going to go from A to Z very quickly, where you're saying that, no, it's not a magic miracle of some hocus pocus it's a natural transition.
And this process has been going on since the Churban.
Mm.
Since the first Churban, we're working on fixing the world. And that's why we have to be all over the world. So with non-Jews, we have something very connected. We can't... If every Jew in the world was 100% frum, it's a drop in the bucket. That doesn't change anything. That's like saying everybody in Eretz Yisrael is frum. So, that's not Moshiach. Moshiach means people in New Guinea are doing what God needs of them. Well, how's that going to happen?
You have to teach them.
And they're so willing to hear. They're not going to be the problem. The resistance is not going to come from them. It's going to come from the stiff-necked people.
Stiff-necked Jews, or?
I'm sure.
Yeah. But it's interesting when I'm looking at these YouTube comments how interested these non-Jews are in bettering themselves or learning more about what they call seeing the truth for the first time. It's astonishing.
Yeah, they are so thankful that you saved their life. Yeah.
So, why is it that non-Jews are easier to receive the message, let's say, as opposed to Jews? You know, you speak to irreligious Jews. I spent some time in Boca with Adam and your nephew, and we were sitting, you know, at a cigar shop, and, you know, we're schmoozing about a lot of your speeches, discussions about us doing things for Hashem and purpose in this world. And three gentlemen sit over at a table, and within 15 minutes, all of a sudden, Yoni's chair goes from our table to theirs, and you can see, like you said, I'm sure, like such resistance. Why is it? Obviously, okay, it's a broad stroke, but why is it a fellow in New Guinea who just heard about Judaism 6 months ago, whatever it might be, he saw you on YouTube, or is receiving, as opposed to the guy who moved down to Florida, you know, and has some, you know, he's Jewish. I'm not going to say some connection. He's a Yid. Like, what?
The biggest resistance comes from the Frum community.
From the Frum community.
It makes sense. The Christian says, I have been wrong. I'd be very happy to hear something true, because what I was told is not true. It's wrong. I dismiss it. I reject it. The Muslims who hate Islam, they would love to hear something holy and something. You come to a religious Jew, you want him to say, yeah, everything I ever believed is wrong? He can't say that.
Mm-hmm.
Now, there are Jews who say, I'm disgusted with Judaism. They're a little easier to talk to. But Jews who can't admit that something was wrong in their chinuch have a very hard time.
Do you think that's why, sorry to take up your time, there's more people learning Hasidus now and Panemius that maybe weren't brought up that way?
For sure.
Mm-hmm.
One woman from Satmar, she's a teacher in their school. She started learning Tanya, and she needed to explain something, and so she calls me, and she says, you know, since I started learning Tanya, I realized I have never breathed. I haven't been breathing. It was so, the Yiddishkeit was so oppressive. She said, this is like oxygen. It is. It's a living Yiddishkeit, not a deadening Yiddishkeit.
Yeah.
Living Lchaim.